So today we're going to talk about backing up and restoring the tail end of a transaction log. This can be very important if you ever have a database that goes offline and you have access to the log file and you need to try to restore those last few transactions since your last transaction log backup. So what we're going to do is start with a clean restoration of one of my sample databases, and we're going to view what are our top sales order ID transactions or records in this database. And we see that we have 75,250 is the highest sales order ID. So we want to insert a new record into the table to simulate an end user activity. So in this case, we're going to use 99,999. So we'll do a quick little insert, and then we'll view our top transactions, and we see that in fact 99,999 did make it into the database. We want to set our database offline, and we're going to simulate a failure of our SAN line that contains our MDF files. So our MDF is gone, so now we try to bring our database back online. And we get an error message that states it's unable to open the physical file backupsample.mdf. We can understand that because we just deleted it. So to back up a transaction log, it's backup log, your database name to disk, and you give it a name. Here we're using backupsample_tail log.bak, and we're using the no truncate syntax. We execute, and we see that we did back up 5 pages pretty quickly. So now we want to restore our database and include this backup sample tail log.bak. Now let's take a look in our database in the sales table, and we see that in fact transaction that we just did was included. So we successfully backed up and restored the tail end of a transaction log. Pretty simple. Hope it helps.